Hello, welcome to The Update. I'm Abby Smith. Major protests are being staged at Aldi stores around Australia to demand better conditions for truck drivers and operators. The Transport Workers Union wants the supermarket to follow Woolworths and Coles by signing up to 6 key principles. TWU Assistant National Secretary Nick McIntosh says the Accountability Charter has been designed to safeguard those working in the supply chain.
We've got safety and fairness, and that's of course making sure that everything is able to be done safely and in a fair manner. Transparency to make sure that contractual arrangements are fair and commercially viable, a voice for workers, training and consultation, and of course making sure industry standards are lifted.
Federal Senator Lidia Thorpe has used parliamentary privilege to accuse a Liberal senator of sexual assault and harassment. Victorian David Van was speaking about the Sex Discrimination Commissioner's report on parliamentary workplaces when the independent senator interjected. Senator Van rejected the allegation, with Senator Thorpe later returning to the chamber to withdraw.
In order to comply with the parliamentary standing orders, I withdraw those remarks.
Aussie tennis star Nick Kyrgios has opened up to reveal a dark secret. The 28-year-old has revealed he checked into a psychiatric hospital after the 2019 Wimbledon loss. Kyrgios has revealed he considered taking his own life during a tough period a few years ago. If you or anyone you know needs help, call Lifeline on 13 13 14. A light is being shone on elder abuse in Australia, with 1 in 6 older Australians being taken advantage of. Children account for nearly half of financial abuse. Senior Australians Chief Advocate Ian Henschke says it must be stamped out.
We don't accept child abuse. We know that it goes on, and we take it very, very seriously. And I think it's time now to do the same with elder abuse. We should see it as being a scourge.
Federal police have charged 6 men after seizing 6 tonnes of drugs concealed inside canola oil bottles, part of Operation Parks. It was on its way to Melbourne from Canada, the drugs with a street value of $1.7 billion. And here's some good news if you're struggling to reach 10,000 steps per day. The latest research shows fewer daily steps might be the sweet spot for many of us. The notion first stemmed from a marketing ploy for the 1964 Tokyo Olympics. Entertainment and sport next. Round 14 kicks off tonight with Geelong taking on Port Adelaide in Adelaide. Patrick Dangerfield is back for the Cats after being sidelined by injury. Chris Scott says they're looking forward to tonight's challenge at Adelaide Oval.
Port are clearly going really well, won a lot of games in a row, and playing at home. It's only a big game if the opposition put up a good fight in that situation. So we're confident that we can at the very least do that. We think we're in as good a shape as we've been in all year.
The Hawks have lodged an appeal against a 3-match ban handed to skipper James Sicily. The case to be heard tonight, while Richmond's appeal against Ryan Mansell's 3-week ban will be heard on Monday. Switching codes, and the Dragons have announced Shane Flanagan as their new head coach. The premiership-winning coach will take over from 2024. Round 16 kicks off tomorrow night with the Cowboys going head-to-head with the Panthers. The makeup of Australia's pace attack remains unknown for tomorrow's first Ashes test in Birmingham. Josh Hazlewood has declared himself fit, but Victorian quick Scott Boland is expected to get the nod alongside Mitchell Starc and Pat Cummins. Hazlewood concedes it'll be tough to unseat Boland, but it's a long series.
I think Scotty's everyone's favourite at the moment. No, I think, again, everyone does a little bit different thing with the bowling. It obviously helps. We've got Greeny there as well for over a 6 test match period as well.
And in swimming, the teenage son of swim legend Hayley Lewis is heading to the World Championships in Japan. 19-year-old Kai Taylor took out the 200-metre freestyle at the Australian Swim Trials. In entertainment news, childhood drawings by King Charles of his parents could fetch thousands of dollars at an auction. The pictures were drawn when the King was just 5 or 6 and are labelled Mummy and Papa. It looks like Ryan Seacrest might have a new gig. He's in talks to take over as the next host of Wheel of Fortune. And Beyonce is being blamed for an inflation spike in Sweden, where she kicked off her world tour. The ticket frenzy and demand for hotel and restaurant bookings have led to a 9.7% rise in May. And that's the latest from the Nova podcast team. We'll see you this afternoon for another episode of The Update.